and the MySpace and the band name, and exactly what the deal is with that?
Well, I guess we can blame Nash for it. We got our band name from we call her a dedicated fan to be nice, but really she's a MySpace stalker, like an original stalker who Nash introduced us to via the internet.
You know, she looked really hot in her pictures, so I'm gonna excuse myself from anyone because of that. I wanted to believe it. It's more believable because of that. So when we found out she wasn't real, we called her out, and then she disappeared. And we named her band after her.
So when you say wasn't real, was it like?
It may have been like Steve or somebody.
She may be in this room.
It was completely a pretend person that was stealing someone else's pictures.
So let me get this straight. Wikipedia is 100% accurate, but MySpace is not, and the picture is not always what they actually look like.
Exactly.
That is the moral of the story.
Okay, so Wikipedia good, MySpace bad.
Yes.
All right, cool, got it. You guys talk about like the genetic musical influence all you guys have. All you guys like all families are all music backgrounds. Like, can you talk about that a little bit? How you got started with it?
Sure. Jamie and I's parents are both songwriters, they're country songwriters, and Nash's dad is a country songwriter and an artist as well. And then Ian's dad is like this unbelievable guitar player. You have to see it. We brag on him all the time because he's unbelievable. But we all grew up in music, and you know, just were surrounded by songwriting. I was surrounded by songwriting since I was in a bassinet, basically, and the same with Jamie. We all kind of just fell into it. You know, we were never pushed into it or anything like that, but we definitely definitely take after our families for sure.
I think growing up in such close quarters to music and seeing the business and how it works is kind of like, you don't necessarily have to do music because you're around it, but you're getting a complete tour of the industry and everything, good or bad, and you get a really great kind of weight decision on whether you want to do something like that or not. And all of us kind of just had the need inside of us to do music.
So how do you go from country to rock and mix it all together? How does that happen?
Our parents are all pop obsessed, so we kind of
really,
yeah. They write country, and you know, they definitely have definite pop ties, and you know, love the Beatles. We all grew up on the Beatles, so
yeah,
that definitely played a role. As cliche as that is, you know, we definitely were listening to those records when we were 5 and 6 years old.
So that's how you kind of got to the pop rock thing, and
Beatles were like my first rock, you know, distorted guitar type music to listen to.
Wow, very cool, very cool. So obviously you had the MySpace thing with, you know, hot Chelle Rae in air quotes.
Yes.
Can you guys talk a little bit about how the internet, besides that story, has really, you know, helped build you guys, and how your fans online have really helped make a name for yourself, and how it's different now than it was, for example, for the Beatles or for somebody in another generation, like how the internet has helped you grow so big so quickly?
I mean, it's definitely, you know, being in a band in this day and age, we definitely used to have, I mean, when I tell my parents about like what we would do, when we would have band practice, and then for an hour or so, either before or after, maybe both, we would message people on MySpace and say, like, we'd be those people that flood your inbox that you're just like, oh, I don't want to listen to this band.
Like Ian or Nash's designated hour to go at people on MySpace.
And you know, we would do that, and it's definitely. I love, you know, Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff for the fact that we do get to keep, you know, a close relationship with a lot of our fans. It's
right.
You know, it's such an amazing way to talk to people and, like, you know, have people stay up on the most current thing that's going on.
It makes you have an appreciation for that, where you have somebody who has a manager or a promoter who's tweeting for them, but you guys write your own tweets and your own Facebook.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's you know, we feel it's important that people know what we have for breakfast.
It's always interesting because you wonder about that when you see a band tweeting or a band posting on Facebook. Like, is that really them, or is that somebody who's their hiring or one of their record people or whatever? But really, you guys.
Yeah, no, it's definitely us.
Do you guys have any other questions out there before we let these guys perform?
We don't bite, so don't be scared.
They're like I swear they're like the quietest crowd we've ever had here. I'm afraid to speak too loud. I don't want to scare them.
You can ask anything.
All right, we're gonna refuse to play until one.
Okay, we got one. We got one.
Yeah, probably not.
Where do you get your shoes?
Ooh.
Which shoes?
Which shoes? These are. Don't. These are from Topshop in New York, but they're actually his because we We borrow. We share a lot of clothes actually. These are Heyday footwear, and these are Target.
These are Kohl's. A lot of tattoos.
Yes.
Couple stories about the tattoos? Each
His
and every one of you?
we all have this
Alright.
tattoo on the inside of our arm. This is to commemorate when we all signed a record deal together. Because it was a huge. It wasn't just a record deal. It was a huge deal for us. It was a very, very difficult process and a lot of heartbreak and being turned down and whatnot. So we, when we finally inked the deal, we wanted to ink it for real, and do it on our body.
So 2005 is when you guys got together, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And you signed the deal when?
In 2008. Yeah.
So 3 years. Of
3.
just working at it.
Yeah.
Well, probably more obviously, but really those last 3 years, really just working hard and doing small venues and then trying to get noticed. And
doing the worst gigs in the world, man.
what's the worst gig you ever did?
I mean, we've had a lot of worst gigs for different reasons, but I distinctly remember we did a photo shoot one time, and then I don't know why we were doing a photo shoot, but after we did this photo shoot, we decided to play this venue in Nashville, which is called Springwater. It is the oldest venue in Nashville as far as it's the first place to have a liquor license in Nashville, and there were no monitors on the floor, and our crowd was our manager, and then a I don't know how old he was. How do you think? 70.
Old enough to not have very many teeth.
70-year-old guy and his pit bull on a chain at a round table. That was one of our audiences at one point.
The other best one that we can now kind of equate to that, because we got a photo shoot out of that one.
Yeah.
The other one, we stopped through North Carolina and played some bar on the way to a gig, and basically just did it so we could like take a break from driving. There was nobody there. Nobody advertised it. We didn't tell anybody about it, and we literally just stopped in, played for like 2 people, and then crashed out for the night and went on driving the next
That might
day.
be counting the bartender.
Oh, absolutely, the bartender and the guy opening for us. So we've had some rough shows.
Anybody else have a question from the audience?
Yeah.
Who won paintball today?
We lost so bad. We
had
lost so
bad
bad.
teammates. Don't tell them.
I got shot in the butt so hard. At the very end, I was trying to be a hero, and I was army crawling, and I got ambushed and just lit up.
Well, better the back than the front, right?
I got the front too. I got shot.
Well, I mean in that general area.
Oh yeah. No, army crawling, protection.
Oh, protection. You got to wear protection.
Oh yes.
Anybody else?
Is this your first time to Michigan?
No, we've actually been to Michigan. This is one of the states we've been to the most, actually. Yeah.
It's been a long time in Lansing.
Yeah, a lot of time.
So a lot of college shows like Michigan State or?
Let's see, we've played, how many times have we played here? At least?
Oh, we played we played Big Rapids, Grand Rapids, Lansing like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, we've probably played like 9 or 10 times.
Outside Detroit, Pontiac, won something.
Have you played Detroit yet?
We played the Tigers Stadium for work.
Yeah.
There you go. A couple weeks ago.
No, last year.
Last year.
But it was awesome. It was a really good crowd.
Anybody else? You guys don't want to listen to me talk. You want to listen to them play. You don't want to listen to me talk, so I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get to it.
All right.
Thanks, guys.